Got new stuff for the Himalayan. Just in time, as I'm leaving for a holiday in less than a week. And we are talking about windscreens for the Himalayan provided by ISOTTA. And with windscreens, I mean windscreens. I'm leaving for a holiday in less than a week, so I got them all. I am one of the first trying out the windscreens from ISOTTA. I got the lowest one in full black, then I have the middle one in smoke, and this one is transparent smoke. You can see the difference. And I have this enormous one. I am not really sure when to mount this kind of screen. But this one is for the ultimate wind protection. It looks quite nice actually. And for the installation of the windscreens you receive 3 bags. This one is a little bit bigger for the taller screen, because that one is mounted on the crash protection as well. Let's start with removing the old one. Let's get the navigation device off. The navigation bracket is mounted to these 4 holes. Still gonna replace the navigation bracket, but ISOTTA did not have it available yet, so that's for another video. Old screen. Let's start with the smoke one. Let me show you how dark it is. Something like this. Oh, nice. They provide you with these rubber thingies. Let's need to go in here. A description manual, a spacer, then the rubber thingy, then this one. So the order is a spacer, then the rubber thingy through the screen, then these metal brackets, and then they provide you with new screws. Nice. But you have to put these spacers behind there. As you can see here, this is all flat. If I remove my GPS bracket, it's not flat. So this will push inside the rubber thingy on the screen, and then you have this little one, goes over it, and then you have a flat surface to mount your screen to. As you can see, a little hole inside that goes over it, not the other way, like so. But since I have this one, I have a flat surface, so no need for the extra spacers. So no spacers, no original screws, just the metal brackets and the rubber thingies. I'll show you up close. Oh, this is very nice. I see some scratches already, so this one scratched quite easily, but the looks are so nice. Sick. Right, here we have the side view. This one looks very nice. This is the low rally option. Point of view. Alright, and to give you a better view, let me put on my helmet so you can see how it looks like with the helmet on the bike. It does block a view a little bit. Alright, now the side view. I think all the wind will blow over my head. It does look very nice actually. So, to match the windscreen, the black one blocks the view a lot. Let me try to explain to you what I see with the DJI connected for a better point of view. So now you can see what I see. Maybe a little bit higher. on eyesight. Alright, what I'm going to do is ride it in the street. Not riding, just so you can see better what I mean with some more distance. This is what I mean. You cannot see a lot anymore with the screen. So yeah, let me know what you think of this one. I don't think Lisa is going to like this one, and me neither actually. This one needs to be transparent. This all black thing is too much black and it blocks a lot of from your view. But the looks are insane. The rally screen. Camera setup. Now on to the next one. This one is slightly bigger, but it's a see-through smoking. Let's unpack the stuff, do the rubber thingies and get this one off. The rubber thingies, too big. Rubber thingies are on. You have to be careful because this one does not line out very well and I really don't want to break anything. Let's do some ASMR peeling. Nice. Here you have the view with the helmet and how high it is. I look through to the screen currently and do the point of view in the street to let me show you what I see. On eye level, a bit higher, a bit wider, but you can see through it. This one is very nice. There's a car, good visible. I really need to ride with this one because I really don't know. But I like this better than a complete black one. And we also need to have the front view with the helmet on. This is how I sit. Nice glasses to match the windscreen. And I am 173 centimeters. So here is the height of me compared to the bike. And if I stand and sit for your reference. Alright, now continue with the big one. Slightly bigger, but it's also more to the side. And let's see how this one will look. I actually thought that the clear one was maybe a little bit too big, but it does have a high chance to be mounted permanently. It's either this one or the biggest one. And what I think so far is I would buy smallest one with a clear screen. And the reason why is that I like to see through my screen and maybe put a sticker or something like that on it. Alright guys, this one mounts a little bit different. Starting with one of those. Alright, I've mounted something but you cannot see it. Alright, what you need to do here is this little bracket goes, maybe I had to do this first, it goes behind. Interesting, because it's exactly in the way. Probably because I don't have the spaces in between there due to my GPS bracket. I now have limited space over there. This unit goes in here. Heavy. Right, it is flexible. And now for the other side. Alright, then we have mounted the clear windscreen. It does actually looks the best, even though it is absolutely huge. Yeah, I prefer a visible clear windscreen, but look, it's so big. Let's continue with the helmet test. Here's the helmet test. Helmet test, helmet test, helmet test. It's actually very nice. It's higher compared to the other ones, but I can see literally everything. So I'm surprised by this screen actually. And here we have the side view. How high it is, a bit higher than the rest. Visor do not match my screen. Now do the point of view in the street. And here we have clear views, point of view, eye level. You can clearly see that this is the best option. There's a car coming from all angles, visible. I do really look like a 1300 GS rider with the screen, but I think this one is a very solid option for 3000 kilometers riding all the way to France. Let's give it a test and see. Alright guys, and the next step is test all these screens. I actually did not thought I would like this one, the big one, but I finished with that one, so test this one. I will ride to Jarno, do a little bit of 100 kilometers per hour. It's quite windy, so a very good test for the big windscreen, and we'll see how it ends up. It does not have the nicest looks, but it actually is not quite bad at all. So I'm curious how the wind protection is. It's hardly visible on the camera, but it's nice. It's actually very nice. So I will bring the DJI with me on my helmet and give a small review about it.
Okay, the screen is big, but it does not annoy me. From what I can see is I don't think the lower ones will annoy me as well, because I look far over the screen and not through the screen. Although it is nice that it does not block any of my views. So what I'm scared of is that the wind will directly blow over this and land on the helmet, and that the helmet is going to shake. Wind buffering is what it's called, I believe, and that will be very annoying. Why is it so busy? But I feel my whole body is out of the wind. I am definitely not used to that with my KTM. It feels like there is no wind at all, but it's quite windy actually today. So which basically means is that the screen is doing what it's designed for. I don't feel wind at all. Alright guys, let's put it to the test. A place where I can ride a little bit faster. As you can see on the windmills, the wind is quite hard today. On 14. If I go a little bit lower, I'm completely out of the wind. 130. Oh, this is so relaxing. I can sit straight up. Well, let's stand. Yeah, it does do a little bit of buffering, but we're riding 130 kilometers per hour, which we are not going to do very often. But I can talk, I feel wind over here. This is the border of the wind. And here below. Here. I can feel the wind. Yeah, just landing on my peak. Beside that, I don't feel anything. So maybe this screen is going with us on holiday. I did not know I would like this screen so much, because it's big and it's ugly and I don't like big screens. But in transparent version, visible, see-through, I don't know, it's actually very nice. It doesn't bother me enough that I want to get rid of it. Sure, I'm going to test the other ones, but this one is actually very nice. Yeah, well done, ISOTTA. I now have the wind in front of me, and that's quite a difference. But I am still very out of the wind. There's no wind, no wind. Here is wind. So this is all wind free. And here's a little bit wind there. Alright, alright, alright. Same route, same drive, all again to Jarno. But this time with a small screen. This is the full black one. It's really not a preferred color. Although the looks are very nice. This is the rally windscreen. I prefer the looks of this one. But there is kind of a black hole over there. So I would suggest, and my prefer, what you gonna do, mate? I prefer this one in smoke. Transparent is maybe the best, but yeah, I prefer this one in smoke. It's same as original, light smoke. I believe they have two kind of smoke windscreens. So a light smoke, dark smoke, black, transparent. And I think the light smoke will be the best for this one. Although I'm not looking at the ground. But it's just nice to have smoke instead of a black hole over there. Riding currently with the wind in my back, the car in front of me, yeah, doesn't feel any wind actually. So let me turn around and ride straight into the wind and see how much this little thing does. Riding into the wind. I notice directly a little bit more wind, obviously. The big one keeps all the wind from my body, and this time I feel a little bit wind over here on my body. For extreme hot days, that's very nice. Let's slow a little bit, then in the open field I can pull up some more gas. So here's more wind. This doesn't bother me at all. Sure, it is louder, more wind compared to the other one. I hope you can still hear me properly. So here we have another test for you. And this time with the medium screen. Alright guys, here we are again. Same spot. Completely different weather. We are 2 days later and it did not stop raining since. Quite bad weather actually, but the things you do for YouTube, wind protection, nice. It's higher than the rally screen. This one is the medium dark smoke, and I notice immediately that the dark smoke is, yeah, you can see through it, but I would prefer the light smoke. So I probably said it 1000 times already. The smallest one, dark smoke. This one, light smoke. The biggest one, transparent. So I am fully packed in rain gear. I don't feel any wind at all. Only here. It's also landing on my peak. So no wind buffering. There is less wind than 2 days ago, but more rain. I look over the windscreen and don't look in front of me. But yeah, maybe you prefer this kind of dark screen. I would go one tint lighter. Look at the rain. I'm riding a bit faster here, 90. Yeah, I'm completely out of the wind again. It's a bit better compared to the rally screen. It's a bit less compared to the high screen. This is the medium screen. It's a perfect balance between all the three. Riding in the rain for fun. And the issue I noticed with this tint is if you're going to tuck a little bit away on highways, you have this view, or basically the view that you have because you are on my chin. It's a little bit too dark, especially with this kind of weather. the looks are absolutely nice. So that's very well done by ISOTTA. The wind reflection on the outside is also very nicely done. So now you've seen it all. High speed test, low speed, rain, sunshine, 3 different screens. Let's continue to my final conclusion in the garden.
And then I have just one thing left to show you, and that's the size difference from the original compared to the ISOTTA ones. Mounted is the medium, then we have the rally screen at this height, and then we have original at this height. So quite a big difference. Original compared to the medium screen and the big one. Big difference with the high one is a little bit on top, and the reflectors here. And if you compare that one to the original, like so, that's a huge difference. And all these 3 together. So I hope you have a very good understanding what the difference are between all these screens. And then on to my conclusion of these screens based on the 120 kilometers I did with all 3 screens together. I would say this one is perfect for me. This is the rally screen, the lowest one, because I'm 173 centimeters and the wind is just blowing over my head perfectly. And what I would choose is replace the full black one for a light smoke. It does have the best looks in fully black matte, but I have a personal preference for light smoke. This one can go in dark smoke, and the medium one can go in light smoke, and the highest one, just get this one in transparent, because you would be crazy if you go this one in a color. As you could see in the video, the wind deflects all over me, a little bit on the body, this one a little bit less on the body, and this one deflects all the wind from your body because it does have the lower parts here, and that's missing on the medium screen. This one is for holidays. This one will be mounted at a friend's Himalayan. He's a little bit bigger than me and a little bit wider, so this one will be perfect for him. And I have this one, and I'm going to replace this one for a light smoke, because that's my personal preference, although this fully black one does have the best looks for this particular Himalayan. So let me know what you think of it. Would you go for the dark smoke, light smoke, full black, or the transparent one? And would you go for the higher or the lower one? Let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you again in the next video.